Good morning. At least it's a good morning here in the Midwest in the United States. And we are in the middle of, well, just beginning of a snowstorm today. So I am stuck at home and I am still in my robe, and I probably will not get out of my robe today. But I thought it would be a good idea to share with you my plant room and give you some tips and tricks that I've learned throughout the last year and a half. This year has definitely been a more successful winter than last year. Last year was my first winter as a plant parent. So I'm gonna give you guys a little tour around my plant room, share with you what I've learned. And my name is Jen. Welcome to Jen's Jungle. So I don't know if you guys can see, but the snow is really starting to come down. Lots of snow. We've gotten a lot of snow. It's just coming down hard. I was supposed to teach a group fitness class today, but that got canceled. So I'm taking this opportunity to kind of tend to my plants today, do some stuff at home, and I'll turn the light on. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a lot of plant lights, grow lights in this space. In the winter time here in the Midwest in the United States, we have less days, so our days are shorter and my plants aren't getting enough sunlight, so I have to artificially supplement them with grow lights, which has helped a ton. And especially in this little corner here, I tend to put my low light plant over here in this corner since they are away from windows, but I do supplement it with grow lights. This window here is my east facing window, which is where the morning sun comes, and that's where I have my more delicate Monstera albo that I have recently propagated from. It used to be a little bit bigger, but now she's a little smaller. But it's okay because she has a new baby coming and she is unfurling, and it looks to have a really nice variegation. Super excited about that. I've got a couple more here air layering, so that's exciting. And here's this one I bought separately from this bigger one, and I've had her since October, I think, and I think the new baby leaf is finally starting to think about coming out, so that's exciting too. But anyway, grow lights, I highly recommend them. They do help supplement the light requirement that your plant needs, which is at least 12 hours a day. But in the winter time, gosh, here in the Midwest, especially before when the early parts of going into winter, it would start getting dark around 4 p.m., 5 p.m. But now our days are starting to get a little bit longer, so I'm excited about that. And that's what I love about summertime, is that it doesn't get dark until maybe 9 o'clock, and I absolutely love that. Here are the cuttings from the mama albo that I've gotten, and they are propagating, rooting in perlite. They did start off with air layering, and this one here is my Thai constellation, and I am so excited because finally she's giving me a baby. I've had her since September, no, or maybe it was August. Anyway, August, September, and she's just now giving me a little baby, so that's exciting. So the next thing I want to talk about is humidifier. A definite must, especially if you live in an area part of the country, if you are in the United States, that doesn't, like in the wintertime, the humidity here gets super, super low, and things like a begonia, for example, would totally crisp up and die. Like this guy here. I don't know what is going on with this begonia, eyelash begonia, I think it's called. And it was doing wonderful forever, and then all of a sudden it decided to just droop like that. So I don't know what's going on with that one. That one was actually in my dining room, so I decided maybe it needs some more humidity, more intense humidity, so I decided to put her in my plant room, hoping that the humidity will help, but I don't know. She's still droopy, but oh well. So I have this second humidifier here because the one humidifier was not cutting it. I was not even reaching 40% humidity in here. I did add a water fountain, which is a nice nifty little trick to add a water fountain. And it also sounds nice in here. And it did help a little bit in the beginning, but as we got deeper into the winter time, it wasn't helping much anymore. So I decided to add a second humidifier in here, and that definitely helps a ton. So if you are struggling to keep your humidity up in your plant room or in your space, try adding another humidifier. I felt like that made a huge difference. The water fountain did help a little bit, and I'll probably keep it just because it sounds really nice in here with the water fountain going. The fan. We'll talk about the fan. To keep the humidity in this room, I have to keep the door shut. Otherwise, all the humidity escapes, and that's, you kind of lose the point trying to humidify a room, and you open the door and it all leaves. So with the fan, I highly recommend it because you do want that air circulation going. You don't want mold to happen in here. I just try to keep my humidity at least at 40. I've got this little guy here to kind of help me with keeping up with what the humidity is in this room. But I try to keep it between 40 to 60 in here. I think that is good enough, and my plants have been happy with that also. So I say 40 to 60 is good. You don't want it super humid, otherwise you may risk damaging your house. You don't want your windows or your walls to get moldy or anything like that. So, and that's where the fan comes into play. I leave the fan on for most of the day, and then I turn it off for a bit, and then I usually turn it back on in the evenings. And this Raven, there, my ZZ Raven, my daughter-in-law and my son got that for me when they lived in California. I was visiting them in California, and they gave that to me for Mother's Day or Christmas, or I think it was Christmas. Yeah, it was a Christmas gift. And I love snake plants. I absolutely love syndapses. Love syndapses. My crystallina. And I love rubber trees. I just wish I had more room for them. Micans. I'm a sucker for velvety leaves, and I absolutely love monsteras. My silver sword. And my very super slow growing ring of fire. So slow. Like unbelievably slow. crocodile fern. And that's my mini monstera. That one's a really fast grower. I love it. And we've got, I absolutely love silver sword. Can't get enough of it. I love my ZZ plants. My pink princess. The other thing too, another tip is to paint your, if you do have a plant room, if you paint the walls a super light color, this is a very, very light gray color, almost a white. It helps bounce the light around in the room. And then to help bounce the light even further, I have put mirrors all over the place. So there's a mirror there, and there's a big mirror there, and there's a mirror there, and there's tons of mirror there. So it really helps to bounce that light around. I mean, anything I can do to help with light and humidity where I live. I'm super excited to for summer to get here, for spring to get here, so that way I can open the windows and not worry about having to fill these humidifiers up every day. And I will be doing a video on humidifiers. I have also learned a lot about humidifiers, and I found ones that I really, really like. So I will be doing a video on that. Look at this Birkin right here. The white, almost white leaf. So beautiful. So watering in the wintertime, I drastically cut back on. I have this Zebrina alocasia, and usually I kill alocasias. I don't know what it is about them, but I usually kill them. I haven't gotten that down yet. I haven't gotten the alocasias done yet. I just love the stem of this Zebrina alocasia. Now with this one, I am trying to remember the last time I watered this plant. I want to honestly say it's been 2 to 3 months. And I kind of just washed the leaf off today just to get the dust off. And this one was actually in my office, but I decided to put it in here to, you know, give it humidity, especially since I haven't watered it for 2 to 3 months. But I keep this plant specifically away from my other plants just because they are susceptible to spider mites because they have that juicy stem. But I am afraid to water it because it's been doing good, but I probably should maybe water it. But I know that if I do water it, I may rot it. And I actually saved this plant from my friend who didn't realize what she had, and she almost killed it. And this one only has 1 leaf right now, and there's a baby that's going to be coming sometime. So I don't know, maybe I'll water it a tiny bit. But anyway, I have cut down on watering for the winter time because your plants, they don't need as much watering in the wintertime. And also the dry air tends to dry the soil much quicker, so you think that your plant needs watering, but it really doesn't. So I have drastically cut back on, this is my Peru, by the way. I've drastically cut back on watering my plants. And also last year, my goodness, the gnats. I love this crystallinum. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, last year the gnats were so bad, but I was I was over watering my plants. So of course the soil was staying really moist, and that's when gnats form, is from the moist, super soaked, wet soil. So I drastically cut back on overwatering. I don't know why, but I am just an overwaterer. I try not to be, and I have gotten so much better. That's my billet, getting a new baby, getting ready to unfurl. Rat tail cactus. I love anything that hangs and droops, and this is variegated jade. I love anything variegated, along with my variegated cactus. But look at all that snow outside. Crazy. So that is it, you guys. That is my plant room. I do have another room next door that I am gonna paint this weekend, and I'm gonna turn into, I guess it's kind of my office right now / playroom for my grandkids. But I will be redoing it, painting the room, because right now it's a really bright blue, and I want to paint it a really light color and make it a more simpler space for my office stuff. And I want to start shipping plants also, so I want to kind of get that organized and more convenient for all the stuff that I need to do. But yeah, if you do have a humidifier that you guys really like, I'd love to hear it. I'm always looking for new things that might be better than what I already have. Also grow lights. I would like to see what you guys use for grow lights as well. But I will be giving a little bit of comparison of the humidifiers that I do have, and hopefully that will help you guys out. So I'll be doing a video on that. And yeah, let me know if you guys have one that you do like, and as far as humidifiers and grow lights go. And if you want to show me your plant room, put it in the comments. Hopefully, I don't know if you can post pictures in the comments, but if you can, I would love to see your plant room. Give me some inspiration. Maybe you have a plant that I want, or maybe you have an idea that I want to use also. So till next time, again, my name is Jen. Hit that subscribe button.